1 2 1 2.
Mic check, 1 2.
Mic check. All right. Okay. Howard's going to go outside with the drone.
Joe, you got me just fine?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And how's it showing up on the laptop? Does it look good?
He said it was, so.
You just got to tell me when I'm on because I have no I have no way of seeing down there.
Somewhat. I mean, the camera was there. Dan, by any chance, did you get to see who won the coin flip?
Shoot.
Okay.
I saw it. No, I didn't see it. I mean, you'll just have to see who lines up where.
All right, we get it saying, on the chat, people are saying the mic is way better.
Okay, good.
All right. Wolfpack won the coin toss, Dan.
Okay.
We can start off with that, all right? When you get it.
You just tell me when I'm hot. When the mic's hot.
All right, welcome us in, Dan.
From Holman Fanlin Park in Jackson, welcome back. This is the Northeast Atlantic Football League Championship. It's the New Jersey unit and the Wilmington Wolfpack. We're getting ready to go here on quite a hot but quite a breezy Saturday afternoon here in Ocean County. This ball is launched on the wind. This is going to go through the back of the end zone, and the NEAFL title game starts with a touchback. And Wilmington will get the first possession here.
Right, it's going to be interesting to see what they come out with offensively. You know, like I said last week, they did struggle for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was because the Tide defense was that good or what. But I know the unit has a really good defense also. So we'll have to see what they come up with for this first drive.
Well, you saw that in full force with the results of the semifinal games, with the unit taking down the Militia 14-6, and then the Wolfpack taking down the Tide, the Chester City Tide, by a score of 18-0. Neither of those games, I would say, any of us would call high scoring. But also want to give a quick shout to that kicker there, Rob Jackson. How about that? I know he was playing into the wind, but talk about, I don't see too often, even at the high school or collegiate level, you don't see too many touchbacks in this league. So getting it started with the 25-yard line, that's a great place to pin the Wolfpack here to start their first defensive stand.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Field position is going to be everything today, especially with the way the weather it is. So that they're starting on their own 25 is going to be good.
Lining up under center for the Wolfpack will be number 12, Jeffrey Campbell, as we'll start from the 25-yard line here in Jackson, New Jersey, in the NEAFL Championship. Wolfpack white jerseys, red helmets, unit in blue jerseys and white helmets to get us started here.
All right, as you can see now, we have our drone up also, working. Good catch out of the backfield by the running back. Good tackle by the linebacker.
Yeah, nice little dump off to the left side there. Catch made by James Rousseau. That'll give him a handful of yards here for second down.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome in, like I said earlier a few minutes ago, our HSG Network drone that we are working with now, so to give you more angles and a better see of this game here. Much better feel for you guys out there. Thank you.
Always a great job to have the drone out. We've had that for a couple of games that I've worked on this year. It's just such a game-changing aspect to have, to really be able to see the field from the top down. The great work by Howard and company here as we've got 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 on the prior play, a pass to the left side. Gets us to the 29-yard line. Low snap, that'll go right to the running back, and a broken play. QB slides to give himself up, and he's going to lose 9 yards on this play, giving himself up at the 20. So really tough break there for the Wolfpack.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really long day for the Wolfpack if they can't pick up that blitz because he shot right up the middle there on that blitz and made a great play. I mean, if he would have handed the ball off, it would have been stopped for a loss, but he held on to it, but there was still nowhere for him to go, which was great for unit. Great defense by the unit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm in the wrong, but I would have rather had the running back lose 1 or 2 yards than lose 9 on the play.
Exactly.
That's one of those things where hindsight is 20/20, and us commentators in the press box can only prophesize so much. As we've got 3rd and long, QB in the shotgun, he'll dump it off to the right side. It goes in and out of the hands.
Wow.
No play made down the right side, and it'll be 4th and long. Intended receiver was Marquise Edwards, the running back, and it'll now set up 4th and 14 for Wilmington.
I mean, it seems like Wilmington saw something on film that they feel that they can get to the ball. They can get the ball to the back, out the backfield, because that's like the 3rd time he's thrown it out there. So, I mean, I think they're gonna need to stretch the field just a little bit more than that to pick up yards.
Yeah, I feel like in this situation for Wilmington, obviously it's early in the game, and you've really got to try to figure things out. But if the unit come back and score on this first offensive drive against the Wolfpack, that could really set the tone for this championship game. There comes a punt over to the middle of the field. It lands at the 48 on the opposite side, and it goes out of bounds with a late hit coming in at the 41-yard line. A solid punt by Keon Davis, and New Jersey will set up their first possession on the left hash at the 42.
Right. So now we get to see the unit's offense. I mean, I know they got a real good high-power offense. You know, they got a couple of really good players out there. So you got Ronald Butler as a receiver. And, you got the quarterback Tyree. It's also great. So like I said, I'm looking to see some really good stuff.
Again,
from the unit.
Greatness is why these two teams are here. They both upset and upended the 1 and 2 seeds in their respective brackets to get to this championship game. It's not like it was a chalk bracket all the way. It looked like the favorites were going to be the Militia of New Jersey and the Tide of Chester City, but instead you've got the 3s and the 4s coming in, and this should be a really interesting game to see between the unit and the Wolfpack to see where this momentum will shift first, because Wilmington did not have a drive to remember on their first offensive stand.
Right. And, just for you fans out there, you see that we have that drone working out there. Again, to provide you some, different angles and stuff like that. So
New Jersey will start on the 44-yard line. Line to gain is on the opposite 46. QB in the shotgun, hands it off inside zone on the left side. Hand off by the QB, Tyreek Smith. Apologies, there were 2 number 4s on the roster, but a handful of yards on that play sets up 2nd down.
Number 4, Tyreek Smith is the QB. So I don't think they got 2 4s on the field at the same time. But, like I said, both these defenses were really great last week. That, I'm looking for, like I said, some defense from both. But I thought we would have a little more offense. It's very early in the game still yet, but.
Well, trips left is going to come up for the unit here. So the offensive coordinator looking to take a little gamble here early on 2nd and 7 from their own 47 after a solid punt by the Wolfpack. This one goes out left side. This ball is a deep ball down the sideline, but way too long on that one. Just couldn't get anything on it. And Wilmington, they weren't happy about something, but it was a long incompletion by the unit as Smith, good intentions, and if that receiver was a little bit further downfield, that would have been a great way to start off the scoring, but instead it ends up being 3rd and 7.
Yeah, exactly. That receiver had a good deep, he had a good route, and he was behind the defender. A better placed ball, that would have been 6 really easy.
Well, Smith will walk back out there. Again, he had 1 rush up the left side. Believe that handoff, couldn't tell who the handoff was, but on that last play, you had a long reception there. Like we said, on the trips left, I didn't know if they were going to go 4 verticals or what they were going to try to do, but they're obviously looking to pounce on the Wolfpack's instability from the first drive and capitalize on it. And we have a penalty flag in the backfield. Delay of game will go against the offense.
Okay. So that makes it 3rd and long.
You'll now set up 3rd and 12. Line to gain still at the 46 on the opposite side of the 50. Smith drops back. He's got a man open over the middle, and not as open as I thought. Intended receiver was Kareem Stewart. Wide receiver and strong safety for the unit, and good defensive coverage there by number 24 in Sean Driggins, one of the main captains for this Wolfpack team, as a second straight incompletion by the unit sets up 4th and 12.
Yeah, I think both offenses are just feeling each other out right now, seeing what the defense is giving them, and get back to the sideline and discuss it with the offensive coordinators, and then come up with something in the second drive. But both defenses are really good on both these teams, so that's a good thing.
Well, Rob Jackson will be back to punt. The returner for the Wolfpack will be Aaron Lewis. I mean, Jackson had a phenomenal kick to open up the game, and that's what put the Wolfpack in a bad position. Ended up getting a touchback, and he'll launch this one. And it goes right to the receiver, but he drops it. Now he's got a misdirect on the left side. He's at the 10. So here comes Lewis hurdling and ends up taking a spill at the 35-yard line. A respectable return there by Lewis. And considering he made something out of nothing there, he looked like he was dead to rights at the 10. But he ends up getting 30-plus yards out of it, and the Wolfpack will have their second drive from the left hash at the 40.
Yeah, that was a great return on his part. I mean, he saw the hole inside, but the blocker couldn't hold his block. If he would have held that block for just another second or two, he might have been able to break that and turn the field possibly for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a reason why they've got Lewis listed as the main kick returner and punt returner on this team, because he just had a lot of agility on that play, and he was able to get it through. And what could have been a disaster for Wilmington ends up actually being pretty admirable going up to the 40-yard line here, with us getting back into the offensive drive here for Campbell. Campbell drops back, fires right side, and it goes through the hands, incomplete. Intended receiver was Kareem Jenkins. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40 after the incompletion.
Like I said, once again, both offenses, offensive coordinators, they threw the Wolfpack threw those flats to the backs, and now they're looking to get a little more downfield, as opposed to throwing a swing pass out of the backfield. So maybe they saw the linebackers not dropping deep enough or dropping too far, and they may be able to try to get underneath them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of running these kind of all-or-nothing plays this early in the game, especially in a title game. They say you got nothing to lose, but in this case, you absolutely have a lot to lose. As a rush up the middle, doesn't get too far, and a throw to the ground. Great tackle by Gilboy Papali. Ends up getting a loss of 1 yard. And the rusher that time, number 34, we mentioned him before, James Rousseau, 5'7", 210 pounds. And will now send up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and we got, you could see we're working with our drone again out there, and it's giving you a different view, which is really great from above.
Two receivers on each side for Wilmington. In the shotgun, Campbell drops back. He's got a man open on the left. We've got a flag down on the right side. Campbell still alive. He'll go to the right. This is a deep ball, and it's going to miss to his right. The intended receiver was number 9, Ian Jared Hines, but the referees have a penalty, and let's see what the verdict is here.
I mean, where the flag was thrown, it was might be a hold, and I'm not sure. Let's see. Definitely against the Wolfpack.
Yeah, because you saw that New Jersey player.
Yeah. Okay. 4th down, so now they're going to punt. And like you just finished mentioning, Dan, that those things where you want to, go all for nothing rather than trying to work the field and take what they give you, what the defense is giving you, they're trying to work the ball really downfield to do stuff.
I call them highlight reel plays, where you're trying to get the best possible result
right.
instead of just trying to work the field. And sometimes the best possessions in football are the ones that are nitty-gritty and the one that take a lot of time off the clock. Here comes a one-hop return by Derek Carden, and he goes out of bounds at the 40. So another 3 and out. Neither team in their first 3 offensive drives has collected a first down on their offensive side. Haven't seen any of that yet, so this could be a defensive battle, but it feels like we've already burned through 3 drives and neither team has established momentum yet.
No, because as far as the Wolfpack goes, they have not yet realized that You got to take what they're giving you. The defense is giving you something a little shorter. I think the routes need to be a little more crisper and quicker to get the ball out of Campbell's hand faster, so that this way you can make a play. So.
Well, the unit will get the field back. Walking back out onto the field is Kareem Stewart. He's already had one target today. And Tyreek Smith, who is listed as more of a utility man on this Pack roster. He's listed as a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a cornerback. So don't be surprised if not only does he play both sides of the ball, but he plays multiple positions on both sides of the ball. We set up 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Feels like we've been in a bit of a stalemate, but we'll see if the unit can break through. We've got a trips right coming up. 2 high safeties for Wilmington. We've got a penalty flag here. Let's see who jumped. It's going to be on the defense. So break for the unit. Sets up 1st and 5 from the 45.
Yeah, they jumped off sides right away, and got to figure, we may wind up seeing the unit's first down, possibly, like you said, if they can convert here on this 1st and 5.
Well, they'll line it up again with. Wonder if they're going to try to run the same play or if they're going to switch it up here after the penalty flag. And it looks like they will run the same play on the offensive side. Trips right, and a handoff up the middle. And a late tackle prevents that ball from getting to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle by number 3 on there, Wilmington.
That would be the captain, Solomon Fitchett, and the rush by number, I think that was number 12, Hass Brockman, who was on that play.
Hassan Brockman, yes, Hassan. I believe he was the one on the carry, too. 2nd and, 3? 2nd and 3, it looks like.
The line to gain is at the 50, and you're at the 47, so.
Yep.
We'll see if they can collect their first and the first offensive first down of the afternoon here in Jackson. In the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. He'll pass it right side. It gets caught. There's your first down.
Good
and
job.
A late tackle there, but a good effort with the catch made by Derek Carden, who had that punt return earlier, gets a gain of 7. And will now cross the 50 into enemy territory at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the unit.
Yeah, that was a good play. It was a good call, safe play, to make sure you can get at least 1 to 2 yards is what you needed. You got that first down. So now you got that first down out of your system, now the offense can hopefully settle down and start working a little better.
Well, I do feel like the settling down is the biggest part of it. You're in a championship environment, and obviously these two teams, as we've mentioned ad nauseum in this game, have both had to go through upsets to get to this title game. So the nerves probably are on the line here. It's Smith with a deep ball. Over to the left side, and again, too strong.
Yeah, he had that receiver. This is the 2nd time he had him open down there on that side with no safety help over there. I'm not sure why. But, that's the 2nd time that they made that. They took that pass, and he couldn't connect with that. I'm going to tell you, though, I've seen him throw that ball before, and they've connected that many of times. So I'm looking to see them go back to that again at some point.
That was Dustin Singleton, who was the intended receiver that time for the unit, as we now set up 2nd and 10. I mean, listen, I grew up watching a lot of Army triple option, where you have the 11-minute drive, and honestly, the Army-Navy games, all those are low scoring, but even those have 10, 11-minute drives. These players are not trying to have an 11-minute drive here in this first quarter. They want to get the scoring started, and they want to get the party started here in Jackson quite early. So here's Smith. Pretty deep in the shotgun there. 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, as this one will go out to the left side. He'll dump off a pass. It's high, and it's picked off. Picked off on the right side, and he'll give himself up. He might have gotten a couple more yards out of it if he could help himself, but Stephen Habash on the interception for Wilmington, and that turns it over for the first time today.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just keep that ball and run with it. I've seen Tyreek run before in the past. He definitely can get out there. He should have just held that and took off and, got what he could out of that. He might have been able to even get the first down.
Yeah, I feel like he might have been able to cross the 50 of some kind, but Habash grabs the interception away from Tyreek Smith. And now this will be offensive drive number 3 for Wilmington. They've had both that have ended in punts so far. And they're going to try to hope that their fate changes for the better here in drive number 3 and in quarter number 1 here from the Jackson Youth Football Complex Home and Family Park here on the HSG Network. I'm Dan Wilkins with Joey Pagan on our commentary, our producer Howard Gaber for the afternoon here in Ocean County as Campbell will drop back. He's got time. Out to the left side. This one's deep, and he connects all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Aaron Lewis gives the Wolfpack the first score of this title game.
Good job, good pass. Great play fake, too, on that play. You know, that he was able to connect and get the ball downfield, you know, and be able to throw a good pass. He had 2 receivers in the same area, so I wasn't sure which one was going to come down with it. But fortunately, number 4 was the one who came down and was able to score, which was great. Good pass, good catch by the Wolfpack there.
So the Wolfpack take a 6-0 lead. We'll see if they choose to go for 1 or 2. I mean, you're kind of at an impasse because if you try the 2-pointer, if it works, it'll help you tremendously down the line. But if it doesn't work, it could leave the door open for a comeback in somewhat of a lopsided scoring figure if it doesn't. So let's see what the Wolfpack have in store here after the TD.
I don't believe either one of these teams have a kicker to go for the conversion. But, but still, you know, nevertheless, we'll see what happens here. Oh, call the timeout to make sure.
Timeout called by the Wolfpack.
All right, we're going to take a break here for a moment. We'll be right back.
Sorry, I'm out sick again. I just can't shake this fever.
Spread by mosquito bites, West Nile virus is found in nearly every state across the country.
Elena had another asthma attack. She's really sad to miss school again.
Asthma, a leading chronic illness among children and youth in the U.S., can often be triggered by allergens from household pests. Don't let pests force you to take a sick day. Learn how to protect yourself and your family at pestworld.org.
All right, and we're back. We're going to see what the Wolfpack called here on this timeout. Hopefully to get the right play in there.
Yeah, they burned their first of the half, and we'll see if Wilmington can take an 8-0 lead here in the first round. In the championship game, the first quarter of said title game, as man in motion for Wilmington. Over to the right side, play fake, going over. Campbell will not have a play. He'll get shoved out of bounds. Last defensive pressure made by Nicholas Brown, and the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, with Wilmington holding a 6-0 lead here over the New Jersey unit.
You know, I was just about to say, before that pass got intercepted, you know, was the way this game was going as far as offensively and defensively, right, with both defenses playing well, it's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes. And the unit already made a mistake, and they paid for it. So, you know, once again, it's a long game. Still, we got a lot of time left in this game. And, you know, I still think that, you know, I'm thinking now, you know, whoever makes the least mistakes the rest of the way we'll keep this, you know, be able to keep the lead. And if the Wolfpack don't make any, they should be fine.
Well, it was a 57-yard connection between the quarterback, Jeffrey Campbell, and the receiver, Aaron Lewis, as Wilmington will kick this one off here in the first quarter. You're in Jackson, New Jersey, here on the HSG Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe to HSG Network for all of the top local events going on with our good friend Howard Gaber. Does an excellent job covering all of New Jersey athletics, and we're glad to be on board with him for this NEAFL championship game. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment for your appreciation or your support. Maybe if you got somebody playing at home, somebody you know, as this one will be kicked off. This one pretty far up there, but it's going to land short. The unit have trouble picking it up. It's going to go to the right side. He's going to try to hurdle.
Oh boy!
And that could have been a lot of trouble. And now we've got some even more trouble here as he goes out at the 22. An ambitious move by the returner, which was number 11, I believe. No, I'm sorry, that was number 21 in Kareem Stewart. I mean, that's a play where if you lose that football in midair,
Yeah.
that could be disaster.
Disastrous. Yes, yes. I thought it looked like it had come out for a moment there, but I mean, he might have gotten it back, but it was a dangerous move to do. I mean, I've seen guys hurdle a lot, but when you got 3 or 4 guys around you, I don't know if hurdling is the right idea. I think lowering your shoulder is the better thing to do so that you can maintain possession. But hey, listen, it's a championship game. You're going to do whatever you think you feel you need to do to get in. You understand? So, let's see what the unit offense comes up with now.
So the unit, after going 3 and out in their first drive and throwing an interception in their second drive, will try to make amends for their shortcomings here in quarter number 1 as they'll look to get on the board here in Jackson with the unit lining up 2 receivers each side. They did that before, and I believe they did that on the play where Smith was picked off.
Yep.
But he's got some time. O-line holding up. He'll find a gap in the middle, and he'll
There
try to
you go.
lower his shoulder. Not going to get anywhere on it. A dual tackle made by number 90, Curry Burrell, and by number 56 in Warren Kay. They both combined for the tackle, and they'll give a handful of yards to Smith, but nothing too pretty there as it sets up 2nd and 7 from the 33.
Right. I mean, it was good that he managed to hold on to the ball after those 2 defenders hit him. But that's what I want to see a little more from Tyreek. When he realizes there's nothing, he's got to use his legs. He can run. He can run. He'll make a difference if he tucks the ball in and takes off. Because look, he's got a second and 7. He got some of the yards back. So
Still 2 on each side for New Jersey. 1 high safety for Wilmington. This one, O-line not holding up too well. That's going to be a tackle,
wow.
And it's going to be a big sack as coming in Nizair Love. A huge tackle. The gap was his for the taking, and it'll end up undoing all of that goodwill that New Jersey had in their first play. It'll put them back at the 24-yard line. It's a loss of 9 on the sack, and it'll be 3rd and 14.
Yeah, this is what's been the unit's problem right now. The first couple of possessions where they're behind the sticks on a regular. They need to continue to stay in front of the sticks so that they can be able to use their play, get their offensive plays in that they want to work. Now they got to use something totally different, that they may not be as used to. You got to get a lot of offense here, a lot of yards in order to complete. So
line to gain is at the 39. This one's lined up near the center, fading towards the right hash. With 1 high safety up for Wilmington, trips left. Smith looks that way, now has to wiggle out of it, throws. It's going to be caught on the left side. A fantastic catch made, wiggling himself out of the sideline. Raquan Gibson reels that one in, and as long as the referees say it's in,
he was out of bounds.
He was out.
They ruled it out of bounds. It's
tough to tell.
And there was a flag on the play also.
So a double whammy here as we've got
personal
foul. Wow.
Against the unit on top of that. Oh boy, 4th down, and they're going to punt here.
That's what I was saying earlier, a double whammy. Not only did you not make the catch, got a personal foul, which, if it's a hold, if it's a illegal shift, or if it's something of that kind that you could have avoided, or OPI, one of those plays, it's just part of the game. But a personal foul, you have to limit those. You do have to kind of register a little bit of, I guess, sportsmanship or whatever it is.
Right.
But we'll see Jackson go to punt again. It'll be Lewis, who had the game's first touchdown, back to return. This one is another rocket off the leg of Jackson. This one's going to roll, and it will get out at the 20-yard line.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent punt.
What, a 60-yard punt? 65-yard punt?
Looks about that. That is correct. Looks about that. And this kid with his legs, he's keeping the unit, in there. Pinning them back was a good thing right now. And hopefully Wilmington, will be able to get something else on offense. But the unit have already had a few mistakes, and I think we're at quarter time.
I was going to say they're flipping the field now. So we're at quarter time. And it looks like we'll take a break. We're at the 20-yard line, and it is 6-0 Wilmington.
Yep, we'll take a break here. See you back. We'll be back shortly.
here from Jackson.
All right, welcome back now, Dan.
Welcome back here from Jackson, New Jersey, Jackson Youth Football Complex and Holman Family Park. 6-0 Wilmington. Wilmington in the white and red. New Jersey unit in the blue and white. Now another handoff up the middle and wrestled to the ground at the 25. So he'll get 4.5, 5 yards out of it on the rush by their main back in James Rousseau. With the line to gain at the 30 after a 65-yard punt by the very talented Rob Jackson.
Yeah, that was a good first down run for Wilmington because it gives them 2nd and 5, a much better second down to work with here than anything. So looks like Campbell's changing the play maybe.
One high safety, but a very tight defensive formation for New Jersey as now another handoff to Rousseau, lowers the shoulder, a big hit. You could hear those helmets clanging and the shoulder pads a banging from the press box as another big hit from Rousseau, delivered by a combination of Jared Myers and Amir Cooper. It does signal a gain. He'll get to the 3rd and 2 from the 28, but just some big hits on the defensive line. Unit trying to hang on to this possession as best as they can.
3rd and 2 now. Let's see what they come up with.
Still 2 receivers on each side. Trying to rush in on the safety, trying to draw a false start as Campbell double clutches over to the right side. He's wide open. Catch is made. He gets hit to the ground at the 30. It's a first down. Caught by Jared Hines.
Great catch.
Wilmington flips the field.
Yeah, they did a great job with flipping the field there. Great pass. He was wide open. If Campbell would have had a little more on that ball, that would have been for 6 points right there. But it was great focus by the receiver to come back and make that catch. Awesome play. Awesome play there. The DBs for the unit, I don't know. A couple of comments have been going up earlier that, hey, they need to do something about these DBs. Maybe they need to go into a 2 rather than that high 1.
And you know what, Joe? They're going to call a timeout. So they're going to talk it over on the defensive side.
Yeah, we'll take a break right here.
Hello there, I'm Mike and welcome to Theme Park 101. Join me today as we take a look at all the rides, shows and attractions found at the Six Flags.
All right, welcome back here to the Wilmington Wolfpack against the New Jersey unit.
1st and 10 here from the 30 after a very strong catch made upwards of 50 yards. Going back, Campbell, he'll fire deep, left side, in coverage.
Oh,
no good.
Great defense.
And a great breakup that time. The intended receiver, number 6, in the captain, Vito Goggins Jr.
And I don't know if you were able to see, he had such a great pocket there. The offensive line is doing such a great job right now protecting him, giving him time to get the ball downfield. So, that was a really, really good shot by our drone. I tell you, this drone that we've added, Howard It's an amazing look. It gives the fans something else, to enjoy as we do our broadcast here. HSG Network, like and subscribe. Let's go, people.
It's a great game, and it'll only get better from here on out as it's 6-0 Wilmington. Long touchdown pass open up the scoring. Handoff to Rousseau, and he'll get tackled by a host of units at the 30 at the line of scrimmage. Tackle was led by number 55 in Malik Event. Or no, excuse me, in number 56 in Tyree Clark.
Yep, no, they're going up tempo here. Let's see what happens.
Line to gain at the 20. So if they get a first down, they'll get a 2-for-1 deal, and not only will you get a first, you'll be in the red zone as well for the Wolfpack. Campbell drops back out to the right side, trying to work through the offensive line, and he does. He's going to be tripped up, and the ball comes out, but then the whistles fly, and the unit are not happy that the whistle came in late in regards to the possession.
Yeah, he was down. It looked like the ground caused the fumble, and we know that the ground can't do that in the rules. So, that he managed to get at least 2 to 3 yards out of that. It's fourth down. It makes it a little bit more manageable. We know they're not punting here. We know they're going to go for it.
The ball spotted at the 26-yard line, so it'll bring up 4th and 6. And this is one of those things where you have to gamble a little bit with the lead. You've got a 6.1 possession lead. Going to have to figure out whether, even if they don't convert here, even if you get an incomplete pass or a rush for a few yards, you're not putting the unit in a good offensive position if you turn the ball over.
Right. Turning over on downs is better than throwing an interception because morale-wise, too, it doesn't work for you. It just gives the unit an opportunity to do something. So they need something here, whether it's a first down or at least a good play, pass completion, short or whatever it may be.
So here's Campbell in the shotgun. He's been in the shotgun all day. This is a deep ball left side, and it pops out. Oh, and he hit both players, hit the fence. Oh, no. That's not good at all.
Oh, no. I hope he's okay. I'm not sure who that was, but wow.
The intended receiver was Goggins Jr., and unfortunately there is not a lot of room to run outside of the end zone.
Yeah.
There's the chain link fence, and now they're attending to his aid as he took a hard hit, the defensive back for New Jersey, into the wall.
Hold on. Dan, hold on 1 second there. We're going to show you a skyline shot here with our drone so you can see. Look at this. Look how beautiful this area is out here, too.
Yeah, very nice here in Ocean County.
You can see what this looks like out here. It's amazing. This is amazing. Look at the beautiful complex out there. This is such an amazing feel out here. This is something, really nice. That the league was able to obtain this field for this game was a good look. Was a really good look. We're down in here in the press box with the AC going with the exception of Dan, who's up top on the camera, unfortunately in the heat. But kudos to him for being up there and doing what he's doing a great job on the camera up there too. And all we can do is our thoughts and prayers with this young man who ran into the fence. But look at this view. Can you ask more? Look at the practice field back there. That's the facilities, that's the building, and some of the fans for Wilmington there, and maybe we can.
Looks like the player that was hurt is now standing.
Right. And
he is receiving attention.
And there we have Dan on the roof of the building there. There he is. Hey, wave hi, Dan, there.
Oh. Hello there.
There you go, bud. Good job. He says we don't work hard here at ACC. This is hard work, man.
That player is walking off the field under his own power.
Hey, young man Alvin. Look at my man Alvin Foster there. Way to go, buddy. Good looking. All right. So we're probably going to get back to live action here in a moment. All right. Yeah.
So with the incomplete pass, that's something that I forgot to mention,
Right.
but because our attention was faced to the gentleman who got injured, that was a turnover on downs.
Yeah,
And now New
unit.
Jersey will set up from the 27, as this will be a rush out to the left side, working through it, diving
run.
forward, and he'll get out of bounds at the 34-yard line on the rush by Stephen Jones Jr.
Oh, good run by Stephen Jones there. Yeah, good run. That was a good run by Stephen Jones. He's a really good back also. I like watching that young man run the ball. He does a great job. He does a phenomenal job rushing the ball. So,
And that might be what New Jersey has to lean on. I mean, I thought when you saw that 57-yard reception for the score between Campbell and Lewis, I thought maybe that was going to be more of the standard than an exception. But instead, Wilmington has kind of fallen flat in these last couple of drives, and now New Jersey's got a chance to level the score here before halftime, here in the second quarter. Oh, got some movement. It's not called. Now it's called. Over on the left side, it's caught at the 50. There's no whistles. I'm confused. I mean, the ball gets taken out of his hands. The catch was made. The catch was made by Dustin Singleton, but there was definitely movement on the line.
I think it was
now,
offside.
yeah, now the referees are unsure what the situation is here, because he caught it, and the assumption was that the play was going to be whistled dead, and it just never was.
I thought it was offsides maybe on the defense, and it was a free play is what it looked like. But let's see here. It was.
It was offsides on the defense as called by the head referee.
Right. Which is why it was a free play, and, he was able to catch it. He should have just tried to break free from that tackle and turn upfield. He would have scored.
I've never seen that before. That's certainly unique.
That's just the IQ of some of the players that we have here. All right, here we are, back to our live drone view here.
Two receivers on each side. A late snap. Is that a Belmont play?
Middle.
This one's going to go up to the 40.
Good job.
Stephen Jones Jr. with another 10-yard rush, and that'll be enough to move the chains for a first down for the unit.
Right. I think you might have called it. Right now the unit needs to lean on that offensive line and get this run game running, get it going, so that this way, they'll open up their passing game a little later. But, you got to establish some sort of offense, because you can't just not, get first downs, and they've been able to do that now. So,
well, I don't know if you saw it, Joe, but it looked like Smith was looking to his sideline as if something wasn't right on the play, and he got a first down out of it anyway. It's a big hit. Catch was made by number 21, Kareem Stewart, and the tackle was made by number 0 and Will Dorsey in combination with number 55 in Madison Marshall. So that will now set up second down, and this is going to be spotted, I believe, from the 37, 38-ish. Referees making sure they're on the same page on where to spot this ball, and they will spot it from the 38. So it's a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now for the unit. Line to gain just a hair past the 30.
all right, let's see what they call here. 2nd and 8. Maybe a little play action. Who knows?
And still 2 high safeties up for Wilmington. Another handoff,
fake
handoff to Joan.
Number.
Smith over the middle.
Yeah.
And he'll get up to the 32-yard line, so a gain of 6.
There you go. Good call. Like I said, I know the young man. He can run the ball well. I mean, at certain times he needs to take charge and run this ball and get those yards for the unit to be able to, continue these drives, rather than doing a 3 and out. They need to get these first downs and continue. So running the ball is good.
Not only that, but to add to that as well, having the QB and the running back running in basically the same direction, it causes a lot of confusion for the defensive line and the secondary. So you're kind of, by default, adding a little bit of cushion to your run there, as it'll be 3rd and short. Line of gains at the 30. He's not going to get there. Gets wrapped up on the catch by Singleton, And the tackle made by number 0 in Will Dorsey and number 6 in Vito Goggins Jr. Actually, that looks like that is... Oh, no, that is Goggins.
Yeah,
Apologies.
good open field tackle by number 0. That was a great tackle because, I mean, there was no one else behind him. If he breaks that tackle, he might be able to get that first down. You know, once again, I know the unit have a good punter, but I think here you on this side of the 50, the game's not really out of reach. You know, the one possession game, you go for it here. You know, once again, you know, you can possibly pin them a little further back, or you can get the first down here. So let's see what they call here. Like I said, their run game has been good. So I mean, Wilmington's stacking the D line right now. So.
And a kind of a broken play. We've got a flag down.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's incomplete on the left side.
So, see what the ref calls here. Where is he at?
Call is on the defense.
Okay,
and it's
so
going to be an automatic first down.
Automatic. So it was a free play again, which is why he went to the end zone with the ball, which is smart. You know, you don't want to just go for 5-6 yards. You might as well go for it all if you're going to get the first down regardless.
Question is, where is this ball going to be spotted? It's going to be spotted up at the 27. So, 1st and 10, line to gain now at the 17. Just a hair outside of the red zone. Jones runs it up the middle. Gets eaten up by the red and white on the defense. Gets a gain of 2, and he'll get to the 25, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it looks like you got a few there. You know, the D-line was there, converging. He really had nowhere to go. So he managed to get at least 2 out of it, which wasn't bad. So that's a good thing. You keep it, at least you keep the ball moving, and let's see what they come up with. I mean, they ran a couple of times. I really do think a play action here would help. Let's see. It doesn't look like Wilmington's going to come out of that too deep.
Second and 8. 2 receivers packed in on the right. They're spread out on the left. Passed over the middle. It's caught, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, New Jersey. Taken in by Dustin Singleton, who's had some highlights today. He adds on 1 that's worth 6, and this game is tied in the second quarter, 6-6. Just a great slant over the middle, and it was a long slant for what it's worth, 27 yards. 25 yards, pardon, but still.
Well, I mean, like I said, the unit started running the ball. We know they have a really good offense. That they started running the ball at this point, that they were able to open up some passing lanes for the receivers, and it was good. Good offensive line. Held there for a moment so he can get that pass off. So now it's tied 6-6.
And they will go for 2, so we'll see if they can extend their lead. Handoff, not going to work. He tried to get a quick rush to Jones, and it's unsuccessful. So both teams find the end zone, but neither are able to convert on the 2-point conversion. Here in quarter number 2, it's New Jersey 6 and Wilmington 6.
All right, 6-6. We'll fix the score in a moment. But we got it, 6-6. Good drive by the unit. A couple of penalties on the Wolfpack to help them sustain their drive. Once again, those are little things. Those are little things you got to be careful of, right? That you don't make these penalties. These penalties cost you. They just cost the Wolfpack 6 points. Once again, the unit's offense is really good. That you can't make these little mistakes. Just like the unit when he threw that interception, it was a turnover, and the Wolfpack were able to capitalize on it. So that now they both offenses are settling down. We may see a little more of this both high-power offenses here. Let's see what happens here, Dan.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, listen, we know that Rob Jackson's got a good boot because he started out this championship game with a touchback, which not something you see too often, at least at this level. Shows a good fundamental way of knowing the game. See what he's got. 6-6 tie game. This time kicking into the wind for the first time, and it's going to land at the 20. It's going to take a hard left, though, picked up by Lewis. Now he'll get a rush up the middle. He'll get
Oh,
some
what
room,
a
and he's got
run.
some legs.
Oh,
He
boy.
is gone. He's got one man before him. Can he make it? Lewis all the way.
Touchdown.
And no flags.
Great job by the special teams and the Wolfpack. You know, once again, this is championship football, right? You know, you look to make plays how you can. When you can make them on special teams, that's special. That is really special. This young man, I mean, that was at least an 85-yard return, I think, or an 80-yard return for a touchdown.
Yeah,
Great job.
I believe it was 83 yards, and I was curious how Jackson would do kicking into the wind, because when he had those kicks and punts earlier, they had all been at his back, so he was getting the tailwind.
Right.
And the first time that he kicks it into the header, it ends up turning into an 83-yard kickoff return that springs the Wolfpack right back into life, 12-6 Wilmington.
Mm-hmm. And was that the same guy who scored the first touchdown for the Wolfpack?
That was Aaron
that.
Lewis, who had the 57-yard reception in the first.
Real special young man right there then. He's got 2 touchdowns in this championship game. That is great. That is great. And once again, you know, that special teams play a big role in these games. You know, when you have a great punt, as we saw the unit have, and a great kicker, but he outkicked his coverage, I believe, this time. Let's see what the Wolfpack comes here.
No receivers on the right, just a packed bunch on the line. Curious if they're going to send this receiver on the left in motion and do a jet sweep.
I think Campbell's taking this by himself.
Let's see here.
Nope.
The old pump fake. He's got a catch, but we've got flags down. Making the catch on one knee was the receiver in Slocum, but we do have flags down. Flag was called on the snap.
It was a touchdown. It was something it was a penalty on the defense, and the conversion was good.
So it is now 14-6, an 8-point lead. What did we say earlier, Joey, about those 2-point conversions? If you make them early in the game,
yes,
that could change the pace of what these defenses and these offenses have to strategize for, because now you're entering the late part of the second quarter with an 8-point lead. You can't settle for one if New Jersey scores again. Now you're going to have to go for 2 no matter what.
You have to go for 2. That is correct. So, you know, that is the whole big deal with not having a kicker here, you know, and, you know, those are the little things, you know. And I know the young man who's kicking for the unit. I believe he can make field goals. They probably just don't work on it enough and give him that opportunity. So, but, I mean, special teams right now is what's hurting the unit at the moment, you know. Other than that, it's still a tie ball game.
Well, I'll tell you this, Joe, for the unit, for Rob Jackson, assuming that we're working by NCAA rules here, the extra point would be from the 2. So that would be more or less a 19-yard attempt as compared to the NFL, where you get it marked back to the 15 and you've got like a 34-yard attempt on extra points. So I would say if it comes down to it, and if he's got to score 1, I would imagine New Jersey giving him that shot.
Yeah, we just had a comment, number 55 for the unit.
Yeah, there's two number 55 for the Wolfpack.
For the
as the return goes
Brian
to the 47.
Lewis is a lineman. He's a linebacker, I should say. Yeah, announce the other guy on the kick. 55, Marshall Madison.
Yeah, Madison Marshall is listed as a center. Bryant Lewis listed as a middle linebacker. We've got a player down for the unit on the right side of the field at the 45.
Yeah.
Went down on the kick return. The kick by Keon Davis, also listed as a quarterback, was returned by Singleton. And now the attention turns to this player on the far side of the field on the right hash mark on the 45. And he will stand up. He's going to need some help walking off the field. That's number 24 in Devin Hull.
Yeah.
Apologies, that looks like that's number 34. My apologies. Quamir Holmes. He's
Yeah.
favoring that
Yeah.
right leg.
Dan, so just to let the audience know, Dan, that both teams have guys with double numbers, same numbers, so that if we call a name out for a number and it's not the right name, understand that they have two guys. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate who exactly the one that's in there. You understand? So we're trying. One way to resolve that is don't have double numbers. But good job, Dan. Good job. Way to go.
Well, you know what? It's the thing with Wilmington is you've got those two number 55s, Bryant Lewis listed as a middle linebacker and defensive back, and then Madison
Right.
Marshall as a center. So you assume the number 55
Right.
now is Lewis, and you
Right.
do actually see it on his nameplate back there. So
Okay. So
that
good.
makes sense,
Yep.
Listen, I like to tell people context matters in everything, and that's exactly what we have there. So everything is resolved, and it's
Yep.
back to the 47-yard line here for Smith. He'll work through some traffic, and he'll throw the ball into the ground. It was a forward pass, but Smith goes down as it looked like the intended receiver might have been Stewart, but it'll be 2nd and 10.
He did have a little pressure on him, so it was kind of tough.
I wonder if that ball got tipped.
It possibly. I think they hit it from behind, and you couldn't really get to throw the ball. I thought he was going to start running with it, but he opted to try to pass. So yeah.
Well, the incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Line to gain is at the 42, and I believe we've got a timeout called, and I'm not exactly sure who called it, but that'll mean we'll take a break here on HSG Network. Here from Jackson, it's 14 for the Wolfpack. And
All right, here we are back. New Jersey unit, Wolfpack, Wilmington Wolfpack here. Unit on offense again.
2nd and 10. There was an incomplete pass, from Smith. As he'll drop back, he's got pressure from the left. He's going to go up, and he's going to stay on his feet. He'll stay on his horse to the right side. He gets past the line of scrimmage, and he's going to give himself up out of bounds for a first down at the 32-yard line. A nice, daunting 20-yard run from Tyreek Smith, and that will move the chains for a first down.
Right. And then, like I said, this is what I was talking about. When he decides that he can use his legs more in this offense and in this game, he's going to make a difference. He's going to make a difference because then they got to watch him, and that'll free up receivers in the backside of the backfield, and he can throw the ball downfield because we know he can throw the ball downfield. So if he can keep this up a little bit, running a little bit, it'll loosen that defense up, and the defensive line can't get a good rush on him because once you go past him, he's going to take off.
1st and 10 from the 33 after that strong rush by Smith. Got an open receiver with a lot of space. We've got a flag on the script on the play. It's caught, and it'll be a 0-on-0 play because that was Jackson who made it for the unit and Dorsey who had the tackle, or actually it looks like Brian Stevens with the tackle for the Wolfpack.
Right, Brian
We
Stevens.
do have a penalty down.
See what the flag is here.
Offside on the defense.
I think they take that penalty because they really didn't get much on that play, and keep that down. Make it a 1st and 5 still.
Yeah, that'll be 1st and 5. I would absolutely take that. I mean, it's kind of neutral in the sense that you didn't get too many yards on the play, but the benefit is outweighed because you get the free 5 yards and you keep the down. So that's absolutely the right call to make on the coaching side of the unit.
Yeah, yeah, we got number 0 again. There's 2 zeros. We know that, guys. Thank you so much. And we know that Stevenson is the DB out there.
First and 5 from the 29. Smith drops back, got an open man on the right. He pump fakes, he'll go to the right, and that's too deep of a ball. And we've got a late flag coming in from the side judge. He was on the pylon of the end zone on the left, and he had a call coming in from across the field. I think these guys are going to have to get together and talk about it, unless you think, Tony, maybe Joey, maybe that there was PI on the play.
Well, we'll have to see. That flag is where close to the line of scrimmage, though, no, wasn't it?
No, the flag, at least the one that I saw, was thrown by the side judge that was right on the goal line. So he was, I think, tracking the receiver and the defensive back on the right.
He got a hold, it looks like. He's vindicating.
Hold on the defense.
Wow.
It's going to be back-to-back penalties here against the Wolfpack.
Right? So here's what happened that other offensive series where Wilmington, with these penalties, are killing themselves, allowing the unit to continue drives and sustain drives, and you know, they just shoot themselves in the foot right now. So, you know, now we got another first down, and you're giving the unit another opportunity. Once again, both these teams have really good offenses, and you don't want to give either one the opportunity. So they need to buckle down and stop getting these penalties.
Smith over to the left, for Jones.
Good run by
He'll give himself up.
Yes. Good catch out of the backfield, good run afterwards. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Going to get himself into the red zone that time. He was at the 24 originally, and that's going to be a gain of 8 yards. That sends us to the 16 for second and short.
Right, so, you know, once again, Wilmington, at this moment, just shoot themselves in the foot, you know, with these penalties, not doing what they need to be doing here.
Second and 8. Close to the left hash. Line to gain is at the 14, so they're 2 yards out from that number. Over to the left. Smith fakes. He was going to give it to Jones. Now he's in trouble. Can he let this one fly? Now he's got open space. Now he pump fakes again, and he'll give himself up at the 20 as he was pushed out of bounds that time by number 7 in Jamdromic Harris. Or Jamadrick Harris, excuse me.
Yeah, well, he lost a couple of yards there, but you know what? It's not too bad, you know, because I always say that, you know, the closer you get to the end zone, it limits your spacing for receivers or whatever it is you're trying to do. You know, here you still got room to run good routes and possibly get into the end zone or at least the first down. So, you know, good defense by Wilmington on that last play, but they need to stay solid and not give up any penalties here. You know, this is third and 5, 3rd and 6. I'm almost expecting like a freeze right now, and hoping that they're hoping that Wilmington will go offside so they make the first, you know, the opportunity to get the first down a little shorter. So let's see what they call here.
Yeah, they ended up losing, looks like 4 yards on the play. They end up sending this back to the 19, which even I think might be generous by a yard or two. Smith in the shotgun. No, it's going to go to Jones on a direct snap. He'll go up to the right side. He'll be down at the 15. He might be a yard short. Whistle's coming in late. And we have time called by the unit.
All right, we'll take a break here on that note. We'll be back shortly.
All right, they're getting ready, guys.
All right, here we go. Welcome back. Unit on the offense right now, 4th and 1. The score is Wilmington Wolfpack 14 to Unit 6, but they're threatening right now.
Yeah, line of gains at the 14. They are right on top of it at the 15. We had on the last play before timeout a direct snap to Jones. And a hard count here by the unit trying to draw Wilmington offside. Don't think it's going to work. This time, looking to use some deception, a rush up the middle. This is going to be close.
Let's see what kind of spot they give him, a right foot or left foot. Let's see what they give him here.
This is going to be real close, Joe.
Yeah. Number 7 on the defense was right in and made a play quickly.
They read that right away off of the hard count, and this is not going to be successful.
No, look at that. They held. The defense managed to hold here and make a play. You know, once again, the Achilles heel was their defense for a little bit, you know, where they were not, you know, doing the right thing, giving up penalties and you know, allowing the unit to continue and sustain their drives. But here they came up with a big play on 4th down and 1 or less than 1 for a stop. So let's see now. Let's see now what they, you know, what Wilmington. I don't know what the discussion is over there, but.
Well, there was a player for the unit that was down, and now
but he's up.
Now there's a coach out that's contesting the call.
Yeah, because he saw the spot from the 30. All right.
We got to use that NFL technology where they put the computer chip in the ball.
Yeah, right.
Don't leave it up to the folks.
Howard said he's going to buy it soon, but we're not there yet. Howard's going to provide. He will provide us with that shortly, and he's going to get us the yellow line on the screen so that this way we can see where the first down is actually. You know, when the people at home will be able to see that.
It's funny. There are yellow lines on the field, but those are the neutral zones for lacrosse.
Yeah, don't say nothing. I was already thrown off by that. Oh, he got the first down. He passed the yellow line, and it was the lacrosse line. So. Yeah, it's already confusing for me, especially when we have the drone view, right? When we're looking above, I'm thinking that's the yellow line for first down. It's the line to make. No, it's not. So, you know, I don't know what. Okay, the discussion is over. Wilmington's offense is ready.
Hey, we got to have a little bit of fun around here. It's a title game, and the vibes are loose on both sides. It's 14-6. Wilmington, both scores in this game have come from Aaron Lewis. 57-yard pass in the first quarter, and then he returned to the favor with an 83-yard kick return in quarter number 2. But crunch time in the first half, and a long second quarter at that.
Yeah, and right now he's in the slot right now. So, I mean, if anything, there's no receiver out there. So
I think they went into a knee there, into a kneel.
Okay, so we must be at halftime close then.
Yeah, no clock here at the venue, but like I said, context clues.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to kneel your quarterback with 8 minutes left, so can assume that we're coming in on halftime here from the Jackson Youth Facility and Holman Family Park. And a second knee taken by Campbell. And both teams will walk off the field. So we are at halftime here in the Northeast Atlantic Football League Championship. I'm Dan Wilkins with Joey Pagan. We'll go to break for the halftime. It's the Wilmington Wolfpack 14 and the New Jersey Unit 6 here in Jackson, New Jersey. And here at halftime, we have a feature from Six Flags Great Adventure.
All right. Here we are, start of the second half. Wilmington Wolfpack 14, Unit 6.
Here comes the opening kick. It is grounded on the right side. It is fumbled and then taken up by Jared Myers. He's still got it, but it'll get taken down at the 39. So Jared Myers on the return after a somewhat squabbled kick by the kicker, Keon Davis.
He, it looked like he was trying to get back to the outside. He should have just ran straight ahead. He got a couple of more yards out of that. He wasn't actually going anywhere. But nevertheless, good return. He held on to the ball. Unit offense coming out. They need to get that run game established again. I think if they get that run game established again, they can do something offensively. And Wilmington came up with a big stop that last drive that they had in the red zone. But right here, now, they need to come up with some offense right now.
And that is to be seen. But their one score in this game came on a 25-yard pass from the quarterback Smith to the receiver Singleton. Wilmington's two scores, one came in the first, one came in the second. It was a 57-yard pass from Campbell to Aaron Lewis, and Aaron Lewis added to his repertoire for the afternoon with an 83-yard kick return in the second quarter, and that's where the score has held ever since, 14-6. And on that kick return, Wilmington had a successful two-point conversion, the only of its kind today. So 1st and 10 from the 39, line to gain at the 49, just shy of the 50. Comes the handoff to Jones.
Nothing.
He'll get, he might have even lost a yard.
It was a good play by the defense. There, earlier in the first half, Wilmington defense was having these miscues on defense with penalties and allowing the unit to continue to sustain drives. It would have been a lot of 3-and-outs for the units that second quarter, but Wilmington kept them in it, but they weren't able to capitalize on that.
Now they're going to set up with a loss of 1. They're setting up near the center at the 38-yard line.
All right.
Dropping back, throw to the left side. It's going to be slightly short. Catch is incomplete, intended for Stewart. He was quite close to that, but unable to complete it. Now sets up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, he was open. He had a good block in front of him. I don't think Tyreek got his feet set underneath him and was able to make that pass. I think that's what it was. He tried to get it out too quickly. He didn't settle his feet. So, little things, some mechanics that he got to work on there that, to be able to complete a pass like that to the sideline. That's the hardest pass to throw, out to the sideline really quick. So.
For sure, and you don't know that if Stewart had made that catch that he would have gotten all the yards he had bargained for, but instead, an incompletion sets up 3rd and 11 here. Smith drops back. He's got a play over the middle. It is caught by Jackson. He'll go over the middle. He's got a chance, and he'll get taken down at the 32. And 2, if not 3, Wilmington defenders end up going for a slide with him, including the cornerback Habash and Solomon Fitchett as well. They both were in for the tackle and end up taking down Jackson.
Good catch by Jackson. He ran a good, smooth route. If you're going to attack that too high, you want to attack it in the middle of the field. Just get right behind the linebackers if they don't get enough depth, especially if your offensive line doesn't get too much pressure. They got pressure from the outside, the defensive line, I should say, and he stepped up in the pocket the way he should and was able to complete the pass. So, like I said, he's got really good pocket presence, and when he needs to take off, he knows that now, rather than trying to make something happen downfield.
1st and 10 from the 30, right at the center hash. Smith, great snap, off to Jones, over on the left side.
There we go.
He's got some room, but a host of defenders get in there. He's going to have a gain of 14 yards and a little bit of embellishment after the play, but he will get up for the first down inside the red zone for New Jersey.
Right. That's the Stevie Jones that I know. That's the runner that I've always known and seen. He's a great athlete, and he can run the ball really well for you. So if they continue with the run, once again, if they establish that run, their offense will move a lot smoother. So it's not bad. It's something that they need to think about. And once again, Tyreek with his legs. If it's not there, he needs to just take off. Realize 1, 2, 3, nobody, and I got to go.
Yeah, listen, right now, this team is down by 1 score, but it's only 1 score. It's a double-edged sword in the sense that, yes, you're down, but this could be a lot worse right now, depending on how the unit have played. Wolfpack have made their own mistakes to keep this game close, and we've got trips right on this play. Good read by the linebacker on the jump. This one's going to go to Jones on the right on the reception. He'll get up to the 10. He'll get taken out from beneath his waist at the
Good
7.
job. Yep.
And Jones will have another first down. Back-to-back for the unit. Now they're on the doorstep here.
That was a good pass out the backfield. So, that they were able to complete that and get a first down and is a good thing. So now you got first and goal. Once again, that run opened up. Made the defense a little softer, right? And the play action was able to get the linebackers to bite and get the receiver behind them. So.
Well, you've now got first and goal. The sticks are dropped, and the next destination is the end zone for the unit. Trips right, handoff to Jones for a third time.
Good defense.
And a good stop there. Stops the gain to 2 yards for Jones.
Number 10 on the tackle for the Wilmington Wolfpack. That was a good play by him. This is the unit's second time in the red zone already, and right now, the first time we know what happened on 4th and short, they didn't make it. So, second and what, 6? Or wait, did they lose the yard? What are we at here?
It's going to be spotted at the 7, so they actually didn't gain anything from that.
Right.
Or, excuse me, between the 6 and the 7.
So we still got second and maybe like 6.5. So once again, let's see what they come up with here, offensively. Like I said, there's not many routes you could run this close to the end zone. So you got to know what you're doing here.
Yeah, maybe a double slant or something, try to find a vulnerability, as now he's going to scramble Smith to the left side. He will pump back deep, and he throws the ball out of bounds and out of the venue. He clears the fence on the sideline as Smith tried to get that one, but the wind also picked up the football and took it for a ride, as that will be an incomplete pass to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, at least he was smart enough to get rid of the ball and not take the sack there, because that would have been bad to take a sack there and lose that much room, that much. But once again, like I said, then it would have just simply opened up a little more space for them offensively to work with. So, once again, the place that you're limited to what you can call here as far as route running. So, rub routes really short, some crossing inside, or, you have a great back. Stevie Jones, the offensive line did a great job last couple of times. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can punch this in.
Yeah, listen, for that play, it wasn't intentional grounding because he was well out of the pocket at that time. There's no question about that. But I feel like him getting rid of the ball now opens up another opportunity for the unit to try to misdirect here. They launched a deep ball. Now they might try to run it up the middle here, maybe with Jackson, except no, they're going to pass over the middle on the slant, and it's caught. Touchdown, New Jersey. Taken in by the unit's number 18, which is Nathaniel Smith. So it's a Smith-to-Smith tandem, and the game is now 2 points away from being tied here in Jackson.
Correct. Well, then once again, like you said, the 2-point conversions really take precedence in these games when you don't have a kicker, right? It's still early in the third. If you had a kicker, would you just go for the 1? Or would you just go for the tie, right? Still early, so I would probably win for the 1, but they don't have a kicker anyway, so, I'm assuming they're going to just go for 2 points here.
Well, I would also say, Joe, that we say it's early, but I actually wouldn't say it's that early because it's the third quarter and we saw how low scoring the first half was. Unless this game blows open for some wild scoring lines in the 3rd and 4th, this could be a much more important play than we're right now leading it on to be, as Smith loses it. He dumps it off left side, and it gets picked off in the back of the end zone by number 2 in Habash, who had the interception earlier. So the 2-point conversion no good, and it's now 14-12, Wilmington over New Jersey.
Yeah, good offense by the unit now. Once again, like I said, they got their run established, and they were able to get a couple of good plays in there and soften up the defense of the Wolfpack, and were able to score. Good offensive possession for the unit. Smart play by Tariq earlier. Also, like you said, getting rid of the ball and not taking that sack. Because that would have been horrible, and it would have given the Wolfpack some momentum going. So, good job, great decision by him to get rid of the ball.
Well, Jackson will have another chance to kick it off now that the game is within 2 points instead of 8. Still a one-possession game, but we'll have to see if New Jersey can make a stop on the defense or if Wilmington is poised to go back into the end zone. You know, I teased Joe in the pregame that because we're so close to Six Flags Great Adventure here in Jackson that this game was going to be a roller coaster, and I certainly feel like it has been that so far.
It definitely has been. You know, both offense seem to be settling down now. The unit a little more than Wilmington. But you know, once again, you know, we'll have to see. You know, we'll have to see what happens. You know, with Wilmington when they come back if they with this possession. You know, you also got to worry about who you kicking the ball to. You don't want another return here. I'm assuming we're not going to kick to number 4 again.
Well, Jackson lets this one fly.
Oh, well,
this one's pretty deep. Lewis picks it up. I don't really know if he had too much of a choice in where that ball was going to go. We've got a flag coming in, multiple flags coming in from the sideline, and a man in standing, and they'll have to break this up with a little kerfuffle here at the 28. But those flags were well before any skirmishes emerged, so this won't be any unsportsmanlike calls. Just heat of the moment, passion of the game.
Might be an illegal block or maybe a holding or something of some sort. Could be a face mask. You never know. Let's see what the ref says here.
Referee's conferencing here.
That's going to be against Wilmington. Hold, just like I said, yeah.
An illegal block in the back is what the referee said.
Okay, an illegal block, okay.
Yeah, I can't believe I can actually hear the head ref from up here in the press box.
Yeah.
But he said illegal block in the back.
You got some great ears there, young man.
Well, we're going to need him here. 14-12. It's Wilmington over New Jersey. 6 points scored by the unit on a 7-yard pass from Tyreek Smith to Nathaniel Smith. Here in the third quarter, here from Holman Family Park and Jackson Youth Football Complex here in Jackson, New Jersey, in the heart of Ocean County.
Oh, there's movement on the offensive line.
A lot of movement, and it took a while for it to get called.
I'm going to think this is against the offense.
I saw the movement first from the left tackle, from the left guard.
Mm-hmm. That's what I saw. He's bringing them both in. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, this feels more cut and dry than it needs to be, or I guess the other way around. It's not as cut and dry as it seems. It's going to be against New Jersey.
He calling Coach. Oh, boy, look at that.
1st and 5 now from the 23.
Yeah, here's the unit making a couple of mistakes here on defense. You know, penalties. You know, it's such a close game. You can't afford these things. You're giving them a 1st and 5 now. They've been, you know, a little flat on offense, and now you're just helping them.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help your defensive stand as a handoff on the left side will fall at the line of scrimmage, if not just shy of that. Rush made by Rousseau, and now time called. An official timeout will be called.
Official timeout, yeah.
Not sure if somebody's down in the middle of that pile or...
Yeah, somebody's hurt from the Wilmington, yep.
Yeah, so we do have a Wilmington player down. It was hard to tell because of all the players that were standing around him, but hopefully he's okay. We'll hop up under his own power, and he'll get to the sideline, favoring the right leg. That's number 33 in Marquise Edwards, the utility man. But I think the big thing here for Wilmington is you're holding a 2-point lead, a 1-possession lead. You do not want to get too audacious on this drive. You do not want to, think about you're sitting at a round table in a poker game. You do not want to show your hand at this point in the game. If you show them that you have the vulnerabilities or you have the weaknesses that New Jersey can pounce on, then they will pounce on it. We've seen that earlier in this game where New Jersey has a play that doesn't work, but they see something that they like. They run nearly the exact identical play on the next go around, and they end up getting maybe a score or at least positive yardage out of it. Man in motion on the right. It's Lewis. They're going to get him going. Pitched back to the right. Flag down.
Flag down at running back number 0.
Rush was made by Dorsey.
Yeah, the carry by Dorsey on that. I don't know how many yards he got, but let's see. Let's see what the flag is going to be.
I believe he was down at the 30, which would have been a gain of 6, but this may be taken away if the flag is against Wilmington, and it looks like it is coming back.
Yep.
Holding is called on the receiver, number 4, Aaron Lewis.
Well, now Wilmington's going in the wrong direction here with these penalties.
And that was after they had an offsides call that we weren't sure if it was right, because we thought we maybe saw movement on the offensive line. So they got a gift, but that gift has now been rescinded, as you're now going to have 2nd and long here from the 14.
And we still see the unit in this one high defense. They must have a lot of confidence in their receivers. I mean, in their defensive backs.
See what they've got. Campbell, good snap right at the center. He'll go through the middle, and he's going to get wrapped up right away on 2nd and long. I don't think he made it back to the line, but it's number 52 who's on the sack.
Good job by the defense. Good job by the defense.
That was an excellent play to close that gap right away.
Unit now stepping up their defense, getting themselves really fired up here. If they can hold them here, force them to punt, and get good field position, this game can be turning soon.
Could be changing sooner rather than later. Got a two-point game, 14-12, and just imagine how much different it would have been if they had made that 2-point conversion, but it just didn't end up working out. As it'll be 3rd, and it looks like 3rd and 18. Line to gain is at the 29, and they are back at the 12, the 11, excuse me. Right at center hash, Campbell deep in the shotgun. He'll drop back. This is an all-or-nothing play. Right side.
Oh, boy.
I think we got pass interference coming. It's incomplete. It's intended for Jenkins, and no pass interference is called.
Wow.
They say that that's clean.
Oh, boy. You got a little scuffle going on. Got a flag out also.
We do have a flag?
Yes, sir. Oh, okay. And there's not a flag.
Okay, so no flag on the play. They're going to set up 4th and long. I'm not a football official by any means, but I'm not 100% on that call. I thought there was some heavy contact there on that one-on-one. I think that should have been defensive pass interference.
It looked like the unit wanted an offensive pass interference because they were calling for a flag, so.
They're going to start counting down the clock on the play clock as this one is sent out to the left on the punt.
Not a bad punt.
By Davis. And he'll go out of bounds at the 36. Couple of late tackles coming in.
Good job by the defense on the unit side, holding their ground there and forcing them to punt and now getting a short field here. He went out on, at the 38-yard line there?
Yeah, it looks like it. That was absolutely a great job there as they just tried to mitigate that the best they could and bounced once. And remember, you're also dealing with a turf playing surface. I'm not exactly sure if these, I would imagine Wilmington has a turf surface if they play at Eden Park, but what I'll tell you is, I watch a lot of high school football games, and when you talk about punt returns and kick returns, when you're playing on a turf field, it's a lot different than playing on a grass field because depending on the conditions, it can bounce differently, it can misdirect on you. You really just want it to come right to you, and those turf bounces can be a little bit funky. So for him to pick that up as cleanly as he did and come back with it, get some positive yardage, that's always a plus.
Always a plus, that's correct. It was good that he fielded it on the bounce there, which was good. So, let's see what the unit comes up with now. Hopefully Wilmington's defense can hold here. Let's see.
It's 1st and 10. It's at the 38-yard line with Smith in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Jones, left side. They'll have a little bit of room here. Wilmington closing in, helmet-to-helmet contact. It is taken down by number 55 on the defense. Let's get it right this time. It's Brian Lewis. Makes that play in coordinates with number 10 in the captain, Kendu Wells.
Yeah, great job by the linebacker there to make a play on that and not allow him to get much. He lost. Looked like he lost
Lost
2
2
yards
yards, yeah.
on that. A good play by the defense. So this is what the defense needs to do here, right? They need to get pressure on Tyreek and keep him in the pocket, force him to throw the ball downfield, and and not go past them. They can't. You can't climb past them. You want to be able to just keep them right there and let the defensive backers and your backs make some plays.
Setting up 2nd and 12. Line again is at the 29. And after the rush, go over to the left hash. 10 seconds on the play clock and counting.
Wilmington showing blitz right now. Let's see.
Yeah, they got to get something off here. Smith gets the snap with 2 on the play clock. Jones
Wow.
got in his way.
Wow.
Little self-sabotage there. Jones got in the way of the quarterback, Smith. And that's an incompletion, 3rd and 12.
Right. It looked like he was gonna get sacked, so that he was able to throw the ball. As for an incompletion, was a smart move on his part, not taking the sack there. Once again, another smart, decision by him. It's still 3rd and long, but you don't necessarily need to punt here either if you don't want to. You can go for it on 4th if you like, depending on what you make here on 3rd down. You can decide, whether you want to go for it or not. And, the way the defense for the unit's been playing right now, too, I would just assume we will go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I'd have to say, 2-point game. You got Wilmington into a tough situation with them having the lead. Now you're down and you're trying to get ahead. It's never easy. And now for New Jersey to be in this situation with a chance to take the lead on the line, I'd say there's a lot more applicable marbles than there was before, if you will. As it's 3rd and long, Smith drops back, pass over the middle. He's got a man wide open, and he's got a first down. Catch made by Kareem Stewart, who will get a gain of 13 as he dove forward on the play and makes it first down from the 25. And we're going to go to quarter time at the end of the 3rd here in Jackson.
No, timeout. Hold on. You got 2 signals. You got one signaling Wolfpack, the other one signaling. Okay, Wolfpack. Wilmington called the timeout here.
I heard somebody yell 4th quarter, so I thought we were going to quarter time. My apologies.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Yeah, well, like I said, they're playing that too high safety. You got to attack the middle of the field, and that's exactly what the unit is doing at the moment. They're attacking the middle of the field, not too far up, medium range, and able to get just right behind the linebackers. So with the fear of Tyreek running, you don't want your linebackers to drop too far back, right?
Oh,
so,
of course.
So that, now the receivers are getting behind those linebackers. He's able to make that pass. It's really good. So, that's what comes with a good running quarterback. That you just have that part of the offense that, you can work with.
Yeah, and again, they're just trying to mitigate these situations right now. Like we said, at this point in the season, you've worked so hard to get here. Not only that, both of these teams have the common trait in that they've upended and upset a team that was higher up in the bracket than them to get here, a 4 versus a 3, with the unit taking down the militia and the Wolfpack taking down the Tide. So you've got 2 teams that were underdogs. And you're now putting them in this situation in the championship game. You've got 2 clashing, I don't want to say egos, but 2 clashing mindsets. And when you get into this situation where you're in the playoffs and you're in the championship game, now you're seeing that start to level out. And these 2 teams are now playing a great game after what we originally thought was going to be a little bit one-sided. Both of these teams now playing off of each other really well.
Right. It did start like it was going to be one-sided, but, I did say I'm expecting a really good game here today. And sure enough, both teams showed up right now, and they're doing what they need to be doing.
It's 1st and 10 after the 13-yard reception by Stewart. And a run up the right side for Jones. Jones taken down just ahead of the line of scrimmage. Actually, he was still on his feet, but he is just outside of the red zone at the 21.
And they gave him a yard on that, or just he got back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Yeah, he got back to the line of the scrimmage, and then he started to break forward, but they said he was down, or that forward progress was no longer established.
The unit with a little tempo here. They didn't huddle up. Let's see what happens. Oh, offside.
Offside call.
There you go. on the offense. Yeah. What are you going to do? The right tackle, I think it was, that jumped up. You know, both these teams have their share of penalties, and you know, at the worst time, you know, you started a good drive, you had some momentum, and now you're going the other way.
And one of the things that I'll mention is that when these two teams played in the regular season, Wilmington won the game, but only by one score. It was 20-14, and that was on the road for Wilmington. So coming on the road again, playing New Jersey, and being in a position where they can win by one score, this will be really interesting to see how the rest of the third and fourth quarter elapse. Here it goes to the left side, and it's picked off.
Picked off again.
The throw was short, and it's taken in by Fitchett. He's up the right side. He will get taken down hard at the 47. Fitchett with the interception. Tackle made by, I believe that's either Lawless or well, actually, no, that was the quarterback, Smith, who made the play. And that's the end of the third quarter. So an interception marks the end of the quarter, and we'll take a break here on the HSG Network. It is 14 for the Wilmington Wolfpack and 12 for the New Jersey unit after the break.
All right, here we go. Fourth quarter action now.
This is going to get really interesting. Fourth quarter here from Jackson, 14-12, Wilmington over New Jersey. Dropping back, Campbell. He's in trouble, and he gets Doe to the ground. A sack on the right side, made by the defensive end. Looks like David Ogbania.
Yeah.
And we've got a player down for Wilmington.
But we call him Obi. Good play by Obi on that last play there. He's been quiet this whole game. It's all right that he's quiet. To step up now is when you really need to do it. This is the time where you need your playmakers to start making plays defensively and offensively.
Got a man down in Lewis on the far side for Wilmington. No. He went down in a heap and he started rolling on the ground, but he's now being helped to the sideline by his teammates. That's not good.
That's not good at all. If they can't get him back in this game, he's looking to try to get back in, but he's wobbling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like he ran forward on the play as normal and then just went down around the 40-yard line.
All right, here we go again. Offense, Wilmington.
So a loss after the sack of 7 yards. 2nd and 17. Campbell drops back. He somehow gets through the line, gets tripped up, and stumbles forward. We'll see where the spot is, but this is going to be about 6 or 7 yards, meaning that he'll basically have gained all of what he lost back.
Right. He's short there for sure. What do we do here then? Fourth down, do we punt or do we go for
3rd and 10?
3rd and 10, okay, so it's 3rd and 10, all right. So we try to get this first down here.
I think if they don't get it, though, I would punt and try to pin these guys in. Don't even try to solicit a return.
Right. I haven't seen Wilmington. I don't think Wilmington has punted at all today. Oh, they have. Okay, so
Here comes dropping back. It's almost picked off.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my goodness, but we've got a flag down.
Uh-oh.
Heartbreak for Marcus Lawless as he thought he had that one. It just rattled in and out of his hands.
It's like it's holding on the defense. I mean, holding on the offense. I'm assuming that they'll decline this and make it 4th down.
Yeah, try to get the loss of down. And it's a hold on the offense. Penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down. And they are going to bring out the special teams unit.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hold on here. Thought there's a little bit of confusion on the defense. They're trying to figure out their assignments.
You don't need a penalty here.
4th and 10. It's Kareem Stewart, who is one of the finalists in NEAFL MVP voting, who sends this one out to Stewart. Wow, this is going to take a great roll. It's going to bobble at the 5. He'll spin around, and he is going to get taken down outside of the 10-yard line.
Great job by the Wolfpack's special teams there on that, to not allow this young man to get a full head of steam and go anywhere. That was great play by that. You know, once again, special teams are big. Special teams are big during championship games, and you know, that's what they needed. That's what they needed right now. You know, and defense comes back out with the units got their back against the wall here.
That is exactly what they needed, and I'll also tell you, Joe, that on that play, the turf was your friend there on a grass field that may not have the same thump and it may not have the same rebound off the ground, but in that situation there, the ball hits the ground and then it just spirals and it rolls all the way inside the 10-yard line, and Stewart was only able to get 3 yards on the return. He picked it up at the 5. He was down at the 8, and actually it does look like they're going to give him to the 10. So it'll be a 5-yard return, but still, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier in this drive, was that the best case scenario, if you don't convert on 3rd and 10, is you get it up, you get the punt down as far as you can, and I was saying that they would try to pin the ball in so that they wouldn't get too far, but that's basically the same thing, that you get the return and you stop him before he can get anywhere significant.
Exactly. Great pin by the special teams there. Let's see what they do on defense here, the Wilmington.
1st and 10 from the 10 on their own territory. This one goes out, and it'll be a gain of 2 yards on the rush by Jones.
The rush, he got 2 yards out of that, which is not bad, you know. Like you can see the unit wants to go back to that run and try to establish that again and see if they can get the, a little better field position here and move the ball.
Second and 8. Line to gain is at the 20.
All right. I see Wilmington's not too high again, but they're a little tighter now. They're not as far.
Smith fires a pass on the right side. It's caught by Stewart. He'll have some room to run. He'll go to the sideline, and he'll get taken down at the 14.
Good job by the defense there on holding him to not being able to get. He got a couple of yards out of that, maybe 2. If he steps out of the tackle, maybe he can make the 1st down, but good play by the defense there, holding him down and not allowing him to get out.
It'll be 3rd and 5. He gained 3 yards on the play. He's at the 15-yard line. 4th quarter of the Northeast Atlantic Football League, shortened to NEAFL championship game here on HSG Network. I'm Dan Wilkins, led by Joey Pagan beneath me in the press box, and then Howard Gaber on the production as well. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube page and drop a comment if you'd like, because this is a fantastic game, just as it was in the regular season. Smith, pump fakes, fires, and he misses his target wide. That ball slipped out of his hands, and it was intended for Nathaniel Smith, who had the touchdown earlier for the unit, but that ball was not only an incompletion, it was almost picked off.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication by the receiver and the quarterback. It looked like he stopped, and the receiver threw the ball deep, like if he was going to continue running downfield. So, this is there's something right here that the Wolfpack were able to hold them to punt.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, what I saw I think I saw when that ball came out of his hand, it flicked off of his back thumb, and it ended up taking an odd spiral. So
Oh, I see.
it wasn't tipped at the line of scrimmage, but what I can tell you is his grip got shifted as soon as he started to let go of the ball, and that unfortunately caused the ball to just go way awry to the side. And the best case scenario is that it's an incompletion in
Right.
that situation because
Not an
it wasn't
interception.
picked off.
Yeah, because exactly. Could have
We've
been.
seen a handful of those tonight already.
Correct, correct. I mean, his hand might have been sweaty. He needed to dry his hands up a little bit. Let's see this punt right here. Good punt.
Hey, another good punt by Jackson. Nothing new there.
Good bounce.
Picked up at the
Oh,
43.
great
It's going to
recovery.
go to Lewis on the right side. He'll spin. He'll fire. He'll go up to the 37, and he'll be down with Wilmington taking a great field position there. That was honestly a great scenario for Wilmington because if they got trapped back inside their 50, that's a good 10, 15 yards after the return. A great play there by Lewis.
Right. So it's a good return by Lewis there, and gives the Wilmington Wolfpack some great field position, that they can work with. Now even though it's a very close game, now you start thinking we're in the fourth quarter. Now you start thinking you want to, work some of this clock a little bit, but continue to move the ball downfield, get your first downs, and possibly score. But it could be, we may see some more runs from Wilmington, even though they haven't been able to establish a run yet. Everything's been passing, so. We'll see where they come up with. They got the I formation there, looks like, in the backfield, huh?
Yeah, first time we've seen this today. It's been.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of action in the backfield on these offensive formations for either Wilmington or New Jersey. They've kept it shockingly simple. This one's over to the left side. It's caught by Lewis.
By Lewis. He managed to get a catch there. Good job.
And helped up there by his opponent on the other side as he'll make the catch up to the 35, and it'll be a gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Right. It was good because after seeing him go down out there, and he was able to get back.
Able to get back so quickly as well.
Yeah, get back and get into this offense is a great thing. Because he's a big part of this. I mean, if this game were to end right now, I mean, I'm assuming that would be our MVP at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, no, he's had those 2 scores. 57,
I know we don't, but
57-yard touchdown in the first, 83-yard kick return in the second. No scoring for Wilmington in the third. 10 seconds on the play clock.
Campbell's underneath center now. On the shotgun.
Again, first time we've seen that today.
Yeah.
Good jump on the line. This is going to go over to the right. A flag comes in on the rush by Rousseau. And the whistles finally come in at the 34, but we do have a flag down. Or at least I thought I saw one.
Well, let's see. I mean...
No flag. I apologize.
That's all right. The defense was there. The defense was able to get there and hold them to no gain, if anything, right? So, have to see. Once again, good defense by the unit again, stepping up. They had a decent punt, but, Wilmington was able to return the ball to get past the 50 and get close here. So they managed to flip the field, but now they haven't done anything with it, with this possession.
Yeah, it's a matter of making that available to you and making that space available because your line to gain is at the 28 and time's a ticking. We don't have the clock, but time is ticking for sure. After the rush by Rousseau. Almost a jump on the line, and we have a flag down. See what we got here. Somebody jumped. We know that, but we got to. Yeah, I think this is going to be on the offense. False start on Wilmington.
And we're going the wrong way again. And they had 2 backs in the backfield. I think what they're trying to do is get the ball downfield and have those backs to stay in for protection. But let's see what they come out with now.
3rd and 12.
An offset eye here, so.
From the 38-yard line, Campbell drops back, pump fakes, goes deep, right side, diving, and incomplete.
Wow.
What a close play it was, but it ends up falling short for the receiver in Jenkins, and it's 4th down.
Oh, he really stretched out that ball. He was trying to make a play there. If he would have come down with that one, that would have been a great catch. Boy, boy, boy. You know, and like I said, you know, they kept the backs in for the protection so that this way they can, you know, be able to get the ball downfield. But, you know, like you said, home run plays don't always make it. You know, you needed to get something a little more intermediate. You didn't need to go all the way down there. You didn't need that. But, you know, that's the offensive coordinator calling his plays. So
We'll have to see what they've got so far.
We're punting now.
4th and 12. And they will punt here.
Good little pooch punt.
Yeah, a little. Oh, he bobbles it.
Ball.
And I think Wilmington might have picked this one up.
No, they got lucky. I think the unit recovered. Wow.
That was very close. That ball came right out of his hands, and there was a whole bunch of folks on the Wolfpack side that were ready to swoop in, but unable to.
Wow, good. That was a good little pooch punt. You know, you didn't want it to go in the end zone to get him out, you know, to the 20, and you kept it right inside there, which was good, you know. So, with the ball spotted like on the 14-yard line now, 13.
Yeah, that'll now be, let's see here where they spot this. It's going to come in at the 13, yeah. 13,
right.
14.
All right. Good job by special teams once again. You know, Wilmington special teams right now are really playing a big role in this game, pinning the unit back here. If their defense can come up with another stop, another 3 and out, that'd be great for them. Because once again, we don't know how much time there is, but wow. You know, this is really turning out, you know, like we said, this was going to be a great game to begin with. We knew that. Not as much offense, but it's still being, to me, one of the best games that I've seen in such a long time.
Yeah, this is going to be a great finish. And what I'll tell you as well, the entire season is only the second time that the Wilmington Wolfpack have allowed double-digit points in a game.
Wow.
The other one was that aforementioned 20-14 win over the New Jersey unit back on April the 18th.
Right, was against the unit.
Goes over the middle.
Good call.
And
helmet
came off.
Helmet out.
He's going to go up to the 24. No, I'm sorry, up to the 18. Gain of 4.
Yeah. Good job by the defense. Good run, second and, you know, manageable, maybe 6. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you still got a little bit on your playbook that you can use here. You know, like I said, you know, that they were attacking the middle of the field on the pass. They haven't gone back to that in a bit. And they haven't ran the ball with Jones either. He was running well for them, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but
dropping back, Smith fires to the right side. It was a low catch, but it was made. He gets rattled up, a big hit, but he gets taken down. Very good catch and a very good response there after the play by Nathaniel Smith. Tackle was made by Corey Burrell.
That was a good job. Good job by the offense. Good quick pass there. Was able to get that tunnel screen out there and get the first down. So, you know, keep the ball moving for the unit. This is what they need right now. They need to continue making first downs and get downfield, you know.
Keep chipping away.
Yeah, keep chipping away. That's right.
Because remember, the unit down by 2.
He slipped on the turf.
That looks like a rush by Jones ended up falling apart there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would assume, or at least I should be on the lookout for when the referees will signal 4 and 2 minutes. But I'm keeping a hawk eye out for that.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll signal a 4-minute. I think they'll do a 2-minute, but nevertheless, you know, it's the unit's possession right now. They need to get these first downs and continue the ball downfield, you know, as quick as possible, because you know, you don't want to leave it to a Hail Mary. Not that they're not capable, because they are, but you don't want to leave it to a Hail Mary.
Smith drops back. 2nd and 11.
Oh,
and he gets taken down on the left side. Sack made, Corey Burrell. And now Smith is down, but he will get up under his own power, and the unit call a timeout. So will we. Here on HSG Network, it is 14-12. Wolfpack over the unit here in quarter number 4 of the NEAFL championship game.
All right, here we go. Unit back out on offense. Wilmington setting up the defense here. Not trying to give up this first down and force the unit to punt, but I don't think they will. I think this is 4-down territory here at this part of the game. I think they'll go for it. So let's see what they come up with.
It's 3rd and long from the 22-yard line on the left side. Smith drops back to the right.
Oh, the defense
Caught by Stewart. He got 2 feet in. I mean, by NCAA rules, you might not even need both feet, but Stewart comes in on the right side, curtails the coverage, and makes the play. 1st down, New Jersey.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at the receiver spot. The defender did fall, so that helped out. That helped out. I don't know if the defender would have gotten a break on that. He might have been able to break that up, but this is football. That's what happens. He slipped. You catch the ball. You make a 1st down. Good job by the unit offense there. Good call.
1st and 10. It's the 39-yard line. One thing I'm noticing, Joe, in this game is that even when the ball is caught on the right side, like they're not using the full hash marks that are on the field. I think they're using a different margin for the hash marks, which is why you're seeing the offense line up a lot closer to the center. They're using a lot thinner of marks. But Jones, over the middle, man, he just barreled through that time. Takes the fall at the 45. He'll gain 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 45. Still in their own territory for New Jersey.
Yeah, good run by him. He broke a couple of tackles in the back that was able to get up, get a positive yards. A much manageable 2nd down. I think it was like 2nd and 4 possibly there. So, once again, the unit leaning on this run a little bit, and mixing it up. That's what they need to do right now.
It's absolutely what they need to do, just chipping away. And I'm not sure how much time we've got left, but it can't be that much. And these guys are just going to have to go one play at a time to try to separate themselves from Wilmington here. Smith in trouble. Fires over the middle. One hand, couldn't get it. Jackson so close, it deflected off of his left hand and could not reel it in on the way down. So close.
Yeah, I just watched. I focused on that last play on the defensive line for Wilmington. They got their hands on the hips. They're getting a little tired. They're getting a little winded. They need some substitution there, because you need the pressure. If you're not getting pressure now at this point of the game, it's not going to help. You need pressure. You need to force him to do something. Like I said before, keep him in the pocket. He may throw another interception. You never know. But, if you don't rush anybody, you give them an opportunity to pick you apart. That's what's going to happen.
That's absolutely what will happen. It'll set up 3rd and 4 here. Line of gain is at the 49. So, it'll be 3rd and 3 then. 14-12. Wilmington in front. But we'll see for how much longer if New Jersey can get their feet under them here in the 4th quarter. A crucial drive in this championship game. Utterly entertaining. Smith breaks past Burrell on a leaping attempt. Fires it. Right side, incomplete. Taken down with Stevens and Nathaniel Smith getting together. A short pass on the near side. It's incomplete.
It looked like the unit wanted a penalty call there on the hit on the quarterback, but
maybe roughing the passer.
Yeah, like a little roughing the passer, but they didn't see the refs didn't see the peel back on the offensive lineman too. So it goes both ways on that. I saw a peel back block, and you're not supposed to do so.
Yeah, I think that was a convoluted play from start to finish, and you're not going to set up 4th and 3.
Once again, like I said, you have to go for it here. I'm not sure if this is going to be the game, but it's a really big deal here.
I don't know if you can hear it down there, Joey, but up here, Wilmington's sideline quite audible all the way across the field.
Yes, sir, I can hear it.
It's going to be a fun one. Let's see if they can do it. 4th and 3. Line again at the 49 and whistles. And Wilmington's going to try to ice the play with a timeout.
Wow. All right. I mean, like I said, them D linemen were a little tired. You give them a little break, give them some water, and see what happens here. We're going to take a break here really quick, and we'll be back. Almost. All right. Here we go. Here we go with the unit. 4th down and 4. Looking to get this first down and continue this drive. Who are they going to go to here? Are they going to go back to Jones with the ball running?
I think I'd like to see that.
Or are they going to go to Young Smith on the slot receiver here, So let's see. You don't need much. There's nobody on top of him right now. A quick slant can work.
Yeah, line of gains at the 49. Also look at that open receiver, see if that gap closes. Second to the right. Smith drops back. Fires over the middle, and it's incomplete! Intended for Stewart, and it falls short. Turnover.
Wow. All right.
Heartbreak for New Jersey.
He had a receiver there, too. He was open, but he just couldn't connect with him there. Offensive line did what they had to do. They gave him enough time to throw the ball, but, he wasn't able to connect with his receiver, so we'll see. We'll see how much time is left in this game. We're not exactly sure, but let's see what Wilmington's offense can do. I mean, they got to get a couple of first downs, if not score.
If I'm Wilmington here, unless we start going backwards, I am not putting the ball in the air once. Keep it on the ground the entire way, no matter what. And try to wind that clock down, try to chew the clock as much as you can.
Yeah, especially when the routes that they're running such deep routes that, you get an incomplete pass, it'll stop the clock, and you don't want that. You want the clock to keep running. So let's see what they call here. Here we go with this eye in the backfield again.
Back to that I form. They did that a lot in their last drive with Campbell now under center. Handoff right side. He'll get up to the 44 before forward progress stopped him for Rousseau.
Might have gotten about a yard out of that, right?
Probably got, I want to say 2, and they will give him...
No, he said second down.
2nd and 8 from the 44. That's what I thought. That's where I thought forward progress had ceased.
All right, so once again, we know the unit have 2 timeouts. Let's see when they decide to start using them. Try to get the possession of the ball back, but Wilmington needs this first down first. This is what they need.
Flag.
Delay of game.
Delay of game on Wilmington.
Wow.
Again, it's difficult to gauge that when it's maybe not clear across all 11 players on the offense how much time you have left. I've tried to communicate it as long as I've heard it when you have 10.
Right.
But even then, sometimes that is murky at best, and it's hard to figure out sometimes, and it's hard to pin down.
I mean, it's on the quarterback and coaching staff too to see the ref in the far corner when he starts picking up his hand and signaling 10 seconds and then counting down 5. Because there's no play clock, so that's really something for the sideline to look at, and figure out, hey, listen, there's the ref. He's got 10 seconds, to let the offense know. All right.
2nd and 13. A 2-yard rush followed by a delay of game.
He's back underneath center. Takes the handoff.
Campbell drops back. Deep right side.
Oh, he caught it, but it was inbounds.
Out of bounds.
Wow.
Intended for Lewis, and he comes up short.
Wow. Wow, he got downfield fast.
That was close.
I mean, I think we need to throw the ball just a little more into the middle of the field just to give him a little more space to work, because he came down with that one. If you're going to take a shot like that, move him inside the numbers or at least on top of the numbers to give him just that much more room to work with on the field.
And now Wilmington set up in definitely a tough situation here because they had the delay of game, which is purely a preventable penalty.
Right. I mean, last week's game, it came down to Wilmington holding the Tide on the last play of the game where they intercepted the ball and scored. So I mean, if they don't score here, it may wind up being coming down to their defense again to hold it down for them.
At the 49-yard line, right on top of the Jackson Township logo. Low snap. Campbell. Throw. Right side. It's caught.
Oh, wow.
Take it
down.
in. He'll have a first.
Oh,
and he's
good
down
job.
at the 20. Caught by the wide receiver, Nazir Love.
Yeah.
And a huge break for Wilmington for a gain of
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. Right now, and if you saw on that play that the defender did slip again, just like on this side when the unit completed the pass, you know, the Wilmington defensive back slipped.
I think referee just signaled 2 minutes.
Referee just signaled 2 minutes. We're at the 2-minute mark here.
What a catch that was, and that could change everything.
Yeah.
And that could be the dagger that Wilmington needed to take a title over the Delaware Memorial Bridge and back to America's first state.
Well, I mean, you know, we got 2 minutes. You're close enough. You don't have a field goal kicker. Not that it would have made a difference, but you need to work the clock. You need to get down those 2 minutes. Unit does have 2 timeouts, so I think they might be, if they don't score, they might be able to get possession. Get one possession with the ball here. So.
Well, with 2 minutes left, they're at the 19-yard line. They're inside the red zone. What a game this has been today. But Wilmington, not being Aaron Lewis, the one that was the hero in the first and the second quarter, but instead Nazir Love, just his second catch of the game. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, running back deep. Osman with a carry.
Good run.
Rousseau, excuse me. And a couple of late hits, and they'll get everybody separated here after the rush. 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 is good. I mean, the time is still moving. They ran the ball. Time is still moving, so that's good. See the kids bringing water out. The coaches are out. I think somebody called a timeout. Might have been the unit.
And believe
all right,
it
we'll
makes sense
stay here.
Call the timeout.
We'll stay here with this. You know, right now, not sure how much time is left. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. You know, the unit needs to come up with a stop. But you know, if the Wolfpack gets this first down, this game is over. Obviously, that is obvious. But I don't know. I think the Wolfpack may want to try to get in the end zone here, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, listen, Joe. I'm saying that right now, Wilmington's in this situation where if they score and convert on a 2-point conversion, the game is effectively over. I mean, listen, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen, but if you run the simulations on the computers back at home 99% of the time, then Wilmington's going to win. But these are 2 teams that have had so much momentum going into this playoff run because the unit were 4-0 to start their season. Wilmington was 5-0. And both of these teams, their 2 regular season losses were back-to-back. They got it out of the way in the middle of the season, and now they've got all the momentum heading here in the championship Saturday in Jackson.
There's a tush push.
Oh, going up the middle.
Yeah.
They're going to get a lot of yards out of this.
Yeah.
Up to the 10. They might be a yard or 2 short.
Good call by Wilmington there, just keeping the ball in the 10.
They will spot this at the 9. It's a lot closer than I thought.
Great game here. Great game. This is exactly what we expected to see between these 2 teams. You know, I thought maybe a little more offense, but you know what? It was a great defensive game. So a couple of mistakes by both teams, but nevertheless, the one who capitalized the most was the Wolfpack. They got 2 turnovers, and they didn't turn the ball over. So themselves, right at this moment, they're winning the turnover battle, and I would see that's why they're winning the game also.
Absolutely, and for Wilmington, right now, I will say I think that was a generous spot, but they have a better angle of it than I
Yeah.
do up here. They have it at the 9. And this is 3rd and inches. So if a tush push got you here,
Yeah.
why not do it again?
Yeah, why not do it again? Get that first down, and the game is technically over.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh,
Oh, movement on the defensive
Hold
line.
on.
Hold on here.
Let's see if he gets in.
No, they just snapped it. They just called the whistle after that. Hold on. What in the world happened here? Somebody jumped the line. It was number 54, Jordan Bowles, who jumped the line.
He tried to time the snap.
I'm still very confused what happened there. Because there were no flags. At least none that I could see.
All right.
What an oddity.
There we go. Yep. First down. Wilmington.
How about that?
And that to me would be the game.
Yeah, take a knee here. Clock is now running.
Yep. So
In under 2 minutes.
Yeah, you just might see Campbell take a knee or two, and that would be it.
And that would be the NEAFL championship here. This game was decided by 6 points in the 2026 regular season. And what a gift it would be to have this game end in just 2 points.
Yeah, shortly after this time runs out, we're going to stay live. We're going to have the award ceremony at the 50-yard line. So we'll stay live here, and you guys get to see that. We'll have some mics down there, too. Oh, wow.
Oh, got a late hit coming in, and yeah, we got some folks having some trouble here at the end.
Yeah, that's uncalled for. There's no need for that. And Wilmington just needs to walk back, take a step back. The game is completely over right now. Nothing you can do as a unit.
They're going to call it.
All right, there we go. Congrats.
Whistles are blown, and the Wilmington Wolfpack are 2026 NEAFL champions, 14-12.
Yes, sir. Congrats to the Wilmington Wolfpack and everyone over there. I'm sure we're going to see whoosh whoosh tomorrow tonight, giving us something. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna stay for the award ceremony at midfield here. Don't leave us. You guys can see and you hear our commentary down there also. All right, guys. Thank you.
Welcome back to Holman Family Park here in Jackson. The Wilmington Wolfpack are your NEAFL champions, 14-12. We've got our commissioner of the NEAFL on the field on the 50. It's John Shaplinsky, and he will take us away with the post-game award ceremonies.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, get that cart. I need that cart here. Where'd she go with the cart? No, she's got to bring it back. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm waiting. Let them celebrate a little bit. I'm going to get them out here at the 50 and celebrate this real quick. Where'd the cart go? Where's the cart? No. My cart. The black little cart with the other trophy. Hold on, they're coming. Let's get these players over here. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Dan, you can zoom out. There you go. Good.
That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? These guys over here celebrating.
Good job, everybody. Great job.
Now, it was a great game, man. You guys did a great job on the live stream. I was out here watching the game live and the live stream, and can't ask for no better than this. Feeling it, man. Once you're ready, Lev, get you guys out here for the live. Hey, you know what? It's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I want them to celebrate. It's a lot of years for the Wilmington Wolfpack. Lev had this team and one of the very first founding owners in this league with me. So this is a lot of years coming to this point right here. Yeah, they're gonna go crazy when they get the trophy, man. That's what makes this even better. All right, here we go. Yo, you all out here? Everyone's out here? We got everybody? Yo, I love this enthusiasm, and it brings a lot of joy to my heart. Hey, this was one heck of a game. Everyone at home chiming in. This is a lot of years of hard work. I started this league in 2012, actually 11. And this man was one of the founding owners that came in here and trusted in me. and this guy came back and trusted in me again. And I know you guys had a good team. I saw the hard work you guys put in from the beginning to the end, from last year to this year. Levin Carnes, this is for you. Levin Carnes, because that one's going to get touched and dirty, I got you another one that you take with you and you can do whatever you want with either one. You guys get it? All right? Absolutely. One more. Yo, this thing's like 10 pounds of steel, man. They already know. Right out of the chat. They already know, my man. MVP. You're good. Yeah, one more thing, guys. Get your medals. Make sure you put your wrappers in here for me. That's all I ask. Get your gold medals, guys. One player, one per player. One per player.
All right. Dan, take us out.
That's the coaches, whatever he does. Make sure one. Get every player. Get every player. Here's the trash, guys.
And from Holman Family Park and the Jackson Youth Complex here in Jackson, New Jersey, from our producer, Howard Gaber, my color commentator, Joey Pagan, I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you next time on the HSG Network. Our final score tonight is the Wilmington Wolfpack 14 and the New Jersey Unit 12 in the NEAFL Championship game. Have a good one, folks.